Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go!
Hey everybody, welcome to this particular podcast, even though it's the Nathan, Nat and Sean show. Today, no Nathan. So what a stand-in though. The one, the only Matthew Pavlich.
Is it a good standing? Come on, let's
Captain,
be
my
honest.
captain. Absolutely.
Hello, Sean. Hello,
Yeah,
Nat.
there was a lot more just me sitting around listening to these two talk about how injured they are.
What about
What are you doing for your shoulder? I don't know, what are you doing for yours?
We're only just scratching the surface too. Hey, Pat, we kicked off this morning catching up with Mitch Norton, who's overplaying for the Boomers. Kazakhstan is where he's at.
Ever been there?
No,
Is it on the list of places to travel to?
it isn't.
I mean, most people's knowledge is Borat. That's all we think of, isn't
What
it?
did he say? Did he say it was nice?
Yeah,
was it
he was saying like in a
enjoyable?
Marriott. He said it was
Yeah.
really cold.
But so this is the problem. I'm gonna you speak to some of the cricketers or basketballers along the journey that go to these fascinating places.
Yes.
Like the Wallabies at the moment over in Italy playing. I think
Yeah.
they're in Florence, based in Florence
Yep.
to play Italy
Yes.
as a part of their tour. It's like, what's it like? Do you get it?
Yeah, they
most
don't
of them just
see
stay
any-
in the
Yeah.
hotels and
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
really get out. So maybe, hopefully, the Boomers get a chance to check
See-
out downtown Kazakhstan.
See with
Do you go out
Kazakhstani
with, I
action.
mean, the other question is, do you go out in downtown Kazakhstan? Do you need to take weapons with you?
I don't think so.
Surely
It's
not.
that bad.
No.
That's pretty
No.
progressive, though, right?
Yeah.
Sophie Monk dropped by today. That was nice.
She's very
a
handy,
joy.
actually,
Yeah,
Pav.
she's a delight.
Wasn't she?
She was very excited about the next series of Love Island, engrossed in watching a bit of, I heard, the sort of action behind the scenes,
And
which is
she
interesting.
bumped into you in the hallway and said
She
you were
did.
very handsome.
She paid me a nice compliment, yes. Head for TV, not a radio, which was...
That is very good.
Yeah, she's like, what are you
Never
doing
heard
here in
that
a
before.
radio station? You're too good looking.
I'm blushing.
We also talked about worst day on the job ever, Pav, and that was to do with an Ambo driver who was pushing someone out on the gurney, helping
yeah.
them,
Yeah.
and then the gurney went a bit sideways, and
no.
then over they go.
Enjoy.
I know.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Sophie Monk is in the house, everybody.
Hello. Good morning.
Love
Hey,
Island
Soph.
is in full swing.
It is.
Have
Have you been watching it? You can be honest.
No, I haven't been watching it. I
I
know.
can tell by your faces.
Well, I read a little bit about it. Obviously, you're back in Mallorca over in
Yes.
Yes,
Spain.
back in
Yes.
Spain.
How much of that time do you go over there for it?
2 months.
She lived in Mallorca
It's
for
so
2
hard.
months.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
No,
Pray
it
for
was
Sophie.
awesome. It was so good, and it was so hot and warm, and
Yes.
and the cast is incredible this year. Like I'd say, if you haven't watched it, watch this year.
So Al's on it.
Yes,
which we've seen on Maths
I
before.
found it hilarious that Al's on it, but it
He's
seems
so
like a
good on
better
it.
show for him. Maths, where it's all about commitment. He was the man-child.
But he also had never had a girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. So,
So-
Maths married.
Yeah,
not
straight
really.
away
It's
before
a
a
bit too much.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was cast in the wrong show.
Yeah.
So everything's
he's
been made
for
right
this
again.
show. Yeah.
Does he live up to his reputation, or
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think there's such an innocence about Al
Yes.
that you can't not like. Like,
Yeah.
and he's not got a bad bone in his body.
No.
But he's just young. Like,
Yes.
quite, yeah, I'd say a young 20-something-year-old. Yeah.
I was checking out all the other cast as well, and I was thinking, okay, so you get the opportunity to go on Love Island.
Yeah.
You probably don't eat or drink for
correct? You have to
a
shred.
good
That's
8
a
weeks.
shredding.
You have to be on top of your game.
There's
don't
a
you?
shred imperative.
Yeah, well,
isn't
they
there?
don't make you, but I'm sure you
No.
would. Like, I feel like I would if
Yes.
I'm going to wear bathers. It's only the first episode, too, because I was saying, I feel like when you watch that, you want to be binge eating when you watch TV. But when they come out in the bathers, I just wait. And then they get their clothes on straight away, halfway through the first episode, and you get your pizza out, and then you're into it.
I know,
it's so
but, like,
much drama and, like,
All of the
it's
promo
awesome.
shots is them in their togs. Like,
I mean, that's the brand.
So,
But
yeah.
if you get past that, the psychology of it all
Yes.
is crazy. Because
Yeah.
also, people aren't used to dating without phones now. So
Yeah,
you can
it's
see
true.
them
Face-to-face
talk a big talk,
conversation is
and
a
they
lot.
just are so different when they're, and the awkwardness, and even though they're beautiful looking, a lot
Yes.
of them have been cheated on or choose the wrong people or attract the wrong people. And yeah, it's really primal, I'd say,
That's
even
it.
though it's sexy.
You make
looking.
a really good point about the
Yeah.
phones
Yeah.
because that your phone is so integral to the way that you communicate
Oh,
now. And
absolutely.
most people don't even want to call somebody on their phone.
I know.
It's all texting and messaging.
Yep.
Maybe, sending a sneaky Snapchat. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no depth to that. There's no back and forth.
Well, you don't have to.
That's
You can
face
think
to
about what
face.
you're going to say.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
be
You can
cool
edit
or-
and-
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in real life, you can't do that.
But when you have to have a conversation with somebody,
yeah, it's all
completely different.
Yeah. But
like
they
the-
find a lot of love this
It's
year.
like the pioneer times, really.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. I
It's
shouldn't
actually
say it's
happening.
my favourite season, but
Yeah.
it's my favourite season. Oh, God. It's so good.
Well, last couple you've been to Fiji. You were in Spain once before, Byron.
Yeah, and Spain,
It's not a bad gig to be a part of,
Yes,
is it?
so.
No, it's not. I just hope I can do it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just slow-mo walk. They slow me down, and then I walk in and someone goes home.
What are those poor other girls from Bardo doing?
I think
know what
they're
I
just
mean?
living like lives.
Living normal lives, and you're
they
like,
have children.
I'm off to Spain for 2 weeks, 2 months.
Exactly. Yeah. Bit different, but I think they chose families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas
It's
I've got a
amazing.
dog and a career.
One of the things I was looking at too. So you've watched whilst you're over in Mallorca in your little room. You've watched scenes of them just being by themselves.
Yes.
And
Not like in the shower.
No. Just catch the
Perving. But yes, I do. I sit and watch it like during it, and I can tell when it's going to be a good show because I can't leave. Like I finish about sometimes 9 p.m. and I'll go back on stage till it's like close up time, like
And
till
just
12 or 1, having a champagne, watching it,
Just
like
watching
it's live.
it unfold
It's
in front
that
of
good.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it? Like what a great opportunity because when you watch it on TV, you're getting the edited highlights.
Yes.
You're seeing the real stuff.
Oh yeah.
the real
So
stuff
good.
unfold.
Yeah.
You're
And
also
that way, that means you know more than they do because you're seeing what other people might be saying about them.
Yeah, exactly. And I can see where they're going and like all the different camera shots. It's just a fascinating show. Yeah.
So if you're also here for Ronald McDonald
I
Charity,
am,
so you're at the
yes.
big ball on Saturday night.
I am. Are you guys coming?
No,
I don't
we're
think
not
I've been
fancy
invited
enough.
this year.
Are you kidding?
We're not
Look at
fancy
Pete
enough
Brown.
to go.
I mean,
Look
I
at
can
us. We're
invite
just
you
a-
if you want to.
Yeah.
We're just a couple of bogans.
Yeah.
So am I. I just have hair and makeup, do me, and that's the only difference. But it'll be a great night. I think.
Have you been to the one here in Perth before?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
First
it is a big
time.
night. It's
and
a
I'm
big
going to the
night.
hospital today.
Yeah,
to visit
great.
the children, which will be lovely.
That's
The one thing about the ball night, obviously, they have auction items and they raise a truckload
Yes.
of money. Some
Yeah.
of the
There's
a lot of
items
money
that
in
you
that
can have a
room.
go at. And you've been to 100 of them before, but it's amazing when people start bidding on things for
And it's
50,
like-
60, $100,000.
I know. You want them to drink a lot. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I've
do.
noticed.
It is key.
Is- Yeah, and
They
then it
never do
becomes
the
a
auction at the
competition.
start.
Yeah.
And they're a bit like, I've been caught in those too.
Well, okay, so what have you bought in those sorts of things?
No,
Have
I've
you-
never won.
Oh,
I know
you're
when to
just there to
pull.
drive the bidding up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like that dude on the block.
But I've donated money. Like I was saying, for one charity, I donated 20 grand. And as much as you just do it out of the goodness of your heart,
Yes.
it is good to get, oh, God, that's sweet. And I went to say it during, but they were having dessert and everyone was talking and no one heard it. And I was like, no.
This is my
That's-
moment.
I didn't get a pat on the back. And I know it's not about that, but still 20 grand.
And then you look at your bank statements like,
Oh, damn it. Yeah, didn't even make a Daily Mail article.
Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways.
Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on! Book your accommodation, flights, car hire, and more, all on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
no, Nathan today's got the day off, but in his place, sitting in his chair as we speak.
Oh, I'm in his chair.
Oh yeah, we've upgraded.
And that's a big chair to fill. Apparently, he's really good, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Monk in the house.
But you're bringing the A game today. We just had a couple of our teammates
Yes.
come in. Oh, Sophie, they were all so giddy
Zach
to meet you.
pretended he'd
That's
come
great.
in here on business, and then it's like, we know what you're here for, mate.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, a couple of photos. They love Island fans, which is nice. Not
Yes.
like you guys.
Well,
No, that's
Ruby
you
was-
know why? We're too old.
No, it's fine. I think it's the bathers puts people off. But if you just look past the beauty
Yes.
and the bathers, and get there.
If I started watching that at home, everyone would say they would recognise how shallow I am in watching, just
but
checking
everyone
everyone
is
out like a perv.
I know,
But
yeah,
I
Sean
think
would look like a
everyone is
creepy pervert, though.
Like initially, everyone does, especially when you go. He's hottest Australians.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
You just naturally do that, and then you just go, oh, I don't like that person, or I do. Yeah.
You know, you were talking earlier on how some of these people have had bad breakups before, but when you see them on screen all the time, you're going, how are these people not in the best relationships ever? They're hot as chips.
Because it's got nothing to do with it, Sean.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Tell him
think
so.
also, or they're a lot insecure. You know how some
Yes.
people that are attractive have even more insecurities because they care so much about what they look like,
Yes.
or they're put down, or they're always second, or it's their
Yes,
personalities.
and it can depend on what your parents' relationships were like and that sort of stuff. What's been modelled to you
what
as well.
you're attracted to, the
Yes.
wrong thing.
Come on,
or-
Sean.
Yeah. God,
man.
beauty's just skin deep, Sean.
It's just skin deep.
I mean, is that
And
what they're
sometimes
saying?
it's not even skin deep.
No,
is it?
it's not. What is it? What's the
No,
saying?
that is the
Oh,
saying.
it
That
is.
is
Oh,
the
okay.
saying.
It's more than that.
Yeah,
Well,
it
you
is
lost
more
me.
than
You
that.
lost
How
me.
about that? Hey, so if we've talked to you before about your gorgeous relationship and
Yeah.
the fact that you met your fella on a plane, which is amazing.
Yes.
But then you had a wedding for
Yep.
two. It was just the two of you when you got
Yeah,
married.
yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Well, we did a big engagement party and I
Yes.
didn't even see him. And I was like, does everyone want to come back and buy another present?
Yeah.
And, I felt like I've used their time and energy
Sure.
on us. And, you know what I mean?
Your friends would not have felt that way,
Oh, I
but-
don't know. Don't stretch it, the friendship. And then we just went, it was so much easier. Just get the photos done, get married, and then eat and get in your Uggs.
Did you have a good day that day of actually getting married?
It was the best.
Yeah.
It was so easy, stress-free, because the only people we'd be letting down is ourselves. And I worry a lot about other people, so I'd
Yeah.
be
Sure.
entertaining all day.
Yes,
and-
making sure
yeah.
they're having a good time.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
you took that off the table. You
Yeah.
didn't have to book a venue.
No,
There was
at
no
our house.
organize. All you had to do was you had a couple of frocks that you wore.
Yes,
That's
two.
so funny.
Yeah,
You had more frocks than guests.
I
Well done.
actually did because I had three. outfits. And then we got it catered after and just chilled and changed into comfy clothes. So it was really
And
beautiful.
did you? So what? How did you celebrate? Like, what was it? Just the two of you had dinner? Or?
Yeah. We just had it catered with like
You
a
got
chef
to
came
come
out.
in and
yeah.
cook for the two
yeah.
of you.
It was so
And
good.
obviously there was a celebrant, and you had witnesses, or was the chef the witness?
No, we did that after.
Oh,
So,
okay,
no.
yeah, right. So
it was just us.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
What did you have for dinner?
It was all different courses of food. But also we
Like
did
a
it.
degustation
We did it
type
with
of thing,
Stella
right?
magazine because I wanted this certain photographer.
Yes.
And he doesn't do weddings. And I was like,
Yeah,
why
right.
ask Stella to do it?
So
He
that was
won't.
so you just backdoored getting him
Yeah.
as your wedding
Yeah,
by
yeah.
selling it to a magazine.
Yeah. No, I
Amazing.
didn't sell it.
No,
I
so
just gave it to
offered
them.
it to the magazine.
And they offered him, who's
And-
my favourite photographer.
Imagine
and he
if
does
they'd
not
said
do
no,
weddings.
he's not available.
Well, I wouldn't have done it.
Hey, Josh, the wedding's on hold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing
Yeah.
because there are so many people say that. I mean, Sean, you said about your wedding
Yeah.
that it's such a frantic, busy day, and the lead up to it is so much
Yeah.
that on the day you don't really get to soak it in for what it is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have told me that
Yes.
too. So I was like, let's just do it ourselves and have fun.
And no regrets.
No, not
No.
at all. It was so easy.
Family members didn't get upset.
No. Because if you don't invite anyone, no one can really get upset.
Yeah, that's
'Cause we
true.
thought about that.
That's
and then I
true.
went, otherwise our list would be massive.
Yes.
So yeah.
Very
just-
egalitarian.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one's
The whole
invited.
thing about meeting Josh in the first place, I know you've told this story a million
Mm.
times, but in all the things you've done in your life,
Yeah.
going on The Bachelor, and then just sitting next to someone at
Yeah.
the pointy end of the plane, and you find the one.
Yeah, I mean, it was meant to be because I wouldn't have probably hosted Love Island if I didn't do The Bachelorette, and then
Yeah,
it was on
yeah.
the way back from
Yes.
Love Island. So everything kind of happens for a reason, but I don't talk to people on the plane either normally.
No,
Yeah.
this is what I'm
No.
staggered
Oh,
about.
I had a few champagnes at the
Yes, still.
in the lounge.
In
I
the-
was early.
yes.
So that helped. I was in the chatty mood, and then I just started talking to him.
Because even in business class, the seats are kind of not set up for you to talk to one another. So you have to work at it, right?
No, this was it was a bit shittier.
Oh,
Business
okay,
class.
right.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're much
Yeah.
closer.
Oh, well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so it was real tight.
A quite
But he
slightly
could have been
crappy
sitting
business
anywhere
class
too.
working
Yeah.
together.
He could have been sitting in. He could have been
That's
another
fate.
3 seats,
That was
and,
fate.
and
I
you
know,
wouldn't have
how's
had that.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
would never have met each other. Yeah. So that's crazy.
Nat, you'd like to fly around a lot more. Have you sat next to anyone that's worth
Never.
flying?
This is
for?
what
Oh, hang
amazes
on a
me
second, we're
by
on.
Sophie's
Yeah.
story. There's not even anybody that I've thought, I hope that they say hello to me. Like nobody. I've
No.
never sat next to anybody that I've thought, that I would half give that a go.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Not
in my
at
whole
all,
life,
ever.
never and never again either. It's never you sit next to that person,
Never.
do you?
Like I don't even see them on the same flight.
Yeah.
Let alone sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Let
it's
alone
rare.
Yeah, that's-
having a
But
crack. Let
apparently-
alone a paying
apparently
off.
it's not
Let
rare.
alone getting married.
It's actually quite common,
What?
someone said.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
I mean,
someone
you,
told me
and
maybe
who
they're
else?
trying to, poo-poo my story. But I think that it's more
Amazing.
popular than you think.
I was like, I'm going to just have
You
to.
gotta
It's a
keep
numbers
flying,
game.
mate.
It's got to keep
You gotta
flying.
I mean,
It's
the last couple of
answer.
years has put you on the back foot because we weren't allowed to go
Yeah,
anywhere. But
true.
now it's time. Just
Yeah.
keep booking flights.
It's such a beautiful love story.
So you're looking for love?
I mean, always. Yes.
yeah.
yes,
Are you
yes.
on apps?
No.
Nah.
No.
Oh, you should.
Oh, really?
I
No.
hate to say, it's just the new world, and everyone's on them, and I think prefers to do it from the comfort of their house. Whereas it's not the same anymore. People just don't go up to you.
I mean, it is funny because I sit there and go, I'd, just rather meet somebody organic and just strike up a conversation at the pub, except I don't strike up conversation with people at the pub. I go there with my friends and just talk to my friends.
Exactly. So it's easier. I think it's easier to just start chatting like that anyway.
I always say, I just want somebody to knock on my door and ask me out, right?
Yeah.
And you go, well, that doesn't happen. It happened to one of my friends once, years ago. This
Really?
guy, she was coming to meet me in Fremantle. She just had a shower. There was a knock on her door. She's still in a towel.
Oh, she must look good in a towel.
And this guy says, hi, I've seen you around because his friends live down in the same block of units. I was wondering if you'd want to go out with me.
I'd get an AVO.
That doesn't, I know. And
I'll be in my towel. I'll be like,
they then did go out for quite some time. Isn't that
is amazing.
extraordinary?
That is amazing.
Are you waiting for that?
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Maybe have a shower next time the plumber comes.
Absolutely.
I reckon you guys should set up an account for her.
No,
well,
sorry,
I'm sorry,
that
maybe
is
it's
a
not to do.
horrible
Did you
idea.
do it?
No, but
See, there you go.
I would have. If I didn't meet Josh, I definitely think I would have.
Because the one thing about being in this
Profile,
position where you've
yeah.
been in profile,
That's
then
right.
you go, oh, mate. I mean, Warney was doing it at the time.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but
true.
there's a profile one, right? There's one for people with profiles.
Yeah, but they're not going to take me.
Yes, they
a
will.
radio announcer from Perth.
Are you kidding?
Well, I'd be the only person in Perth on it then.
No, that's not true. But I reckon give it a go.
Yeah, I'll back that in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure you will. Yeah.
We'll get
You're-
Nathan
you
to gang up on you on
organise
Monday.
Hey, if I'm on it, Nathan's on it.
You can read out some of the comments. and
Nathan's
who's
on Grindr
slid
if
on.
I'm on Tinder, let me tell you.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Thanks for coming, Sophie. See you
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
Check out Love Island, everyone.
Yes.
Check it out on
New eps-
Monday to Thursday.
Drop every Monday to Thursday on 9 Now, and you are going to be at Ronald McDonald House Charities Ball tomorrow night
Yes,
as
I
well.
am.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
in.
for having
You're a
me.
joy.
Oh, thank you.
I'll let you know how my love life goes.
Oh, please
I'll keep
do.
you posted.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I had to watch ACA last night,
Yes.
and it's not because of Tracy Grimshaw. I mean,
She's-
thank God she's retiring.
Oh, hey,
I've
hey,
had
hey,
enough of her.
hey.
Fair dinkum. I put her on and go, here we go. This is going to be
Why
a
the
rubbish story.
anti-Grimshaw sentiment?
Oh, everything's down in the dumps. Oh, the world's against everybody.
Well, that's not Tracy Grimshaw. That's the premise of ACA. Are you
No,
serious?
I'm just throwing the heat onto her or the shade onto her.
Yeah.
So last night it's the same scenario, Nat. And we
Yep.
alluded to this. Yesterday there was a promo on.
Yes.
So I thought I got
So
to
the
check this
promo
out.
worked because it made you watch it.
It certainly did. So, okay, so this is the story. Over in New South Wales during the pandemic,
Yes.
they were short staffed in the AMBO sector.
Yes, and in every sector, I imagine.
And you can understand that, sure.
yeah, of course.
So the story is having a go at the AMBOs because this one particular day, under duress, this AMBO turns up to a guy's house and this bloke had COVID and he wasn't feeling
couldn't
great
breathe.
about breathing.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has rocked in, the AMBO's turned up and it's just one single ambulance
Yes,
driver.
rather than
and
normally
medic.
they work in pairs. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy comes and gives him a hand. He puts him onto the gurney, straps him in like you do, and then he's going down this driveway. And the gurney just flips. It jackknifes as you do. You know when you're in the trolley, you're pushing a trolley and the wheel gets stuck?
Yes.
Anyway, it jackknifes and the guy goes over.
Yeah, right.
So ACA have got this guy on who's the victim who's gone over.
Yes.
And he's telling a story about how difficult life's been since he's fallen off the gurney, Nat.
Really?
He gives us a bit of a rundown just quickly and, obviously he's devastated from this accident that occurred and a shining light on how bad the ambos are.
Sure.
This is him just painting a picture.
Very competent medically. He checked everything. I sort of thought there's only one. And just before getting on the gurney, I sort of could see something going wrong. I did mention to him, I'm heavy, mate. My driveway's steep.
I'm a bit heavy meat and
My
the driveway's
driveway's
steep. so he's suing the paramedics.
But what did he suffer?
Oh, he had to take some paracetamol afterwards because he was a bit shaken. And a bit
I have to take
sore.
paracetamol after this show for putting up with you. Do you think I'm going to
Well, I would
sue?
take more than that to put up with me, no doubt. But, and the whole focus is on this guy. He's flipped over on the gurney. But Who's feeling for the poor guy?
The poor
Ambo.
Ambo, who's just doing his job with half the manpower and getting it done. And sure, like, you know, but things happen. Things happen when you're trying to do your job.
You got to
Give
see
him
the
a
vision.
break.
You got to see the vision because somebody falling off a stretcher that's super high,
Like-
all locked in,
Yes.
is hilarious.
If this guy had fractured his skull or he had permanent shoulder damage or something, you go, fair enough. He needed paracetamol for a day. Come on.
So the paramedic guy then had to get on the blower and he was ringing everyone.
he had to
come
get
and
someone to help.
So then, 3 or 4 paramedics then rock in and they get him up off the ground and, check he's okay, give him the paracetamol, away he goes.
That's a
But
great
you
use of
gotta think,
resources.
that is a tough day on the job.
Yeah, first of all, your mate hasn't turned up because he's sick or whatever, and then so you're doing it solo and then that happens and the driveway's steep.
It's very steep now.
Let's not
Very
forget
steep.
it.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Yeah, I'm good, but I got dropped off the gurney by the Ambo. That's the gist of that song.
That's a tough day on the job.
Indeed. And that's what we're talking about when, we feel for the Ambo driver that did drop the guy off the gurney. I mean, the driveway was steep. He was a big guy by his own admission.
Yeah.
What was he to do when he had to work alone? Bad day.
That's right. The focus was on the guy who got injured.
Yeah.
But feel for the Ambo driver,
Absolutely.
please.
We really care. Norman, hello.
How you going?
Hey, Norm. Now, have you had a very bad day? What happened?
Yeah, I was working for Coles as a butcher's apprentice, and they had the sewage going on, and the truck driver come in. There was a man short, and he asked me to flip the switch to drain it, but I actually drained it throughout the store.
What was
so
he,
he come up for all the
Norman, what was he
drain.
draining? So what did he want to drain?
All the sewage from the meat. So we put meat and stuff down the drain, and this guy's come in, and he's actually connected to the sewage, not the meat one. So as I did it, sewage has come throughout the store, through all the drains. All the workers are coming out going, "What's that smell?" We had to evacuate and get someone to flush it all out.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that's truly
Yeah.
rank. I thought the meat down the drain was rank enough, but then when you add sewage, it's truly revolting. Oh.
Yeah, and if you ever out at the shopping centre and you smell that smell just off meat, times that with a little bit of sewage as well, it wasn't pleasant.
Oh, Norman.
No, thank you for telling us. It wasn't pleasant officially. I
can feel
was
it.
not pleasant. Thank you, Norman. That's truly horrific. Liz, hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, Liz.
What happened when you had a bad day?
Oh, look, it was my first job. I was a receptionist and I was only 17 years old at the time. The reps of the company were having like a meeting out at the reception area, and I was standing up and I was wearing a miniskirt that had zips on both sides. It's like a corduroy miniskirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you were high fashion, weren't you, Liz? Yes.
I was. And one of the reps decided to play a joke, and he must have been in his probably about mid-60s, came up from behind, and I don't think he realised that the zips actually were working zips, and he pulled one of the zips on the side, and the whole miniskirt fell off me in front of all the reps.
Oh,
at
Liz.
reception. It was the worst day of my life, I still feel like I've got PTSD when I
can't
talk
wear
about
corduroy.
it.
Yeah, I hear you.
No miniskirts.
No miniskirts.
It was awful.
Gee, you got to get some money out of that
she's
these days.
she only buttons now. Yeah, I know. That sounds a bit like sexual harassment to me.
I don't think so. I don't think it was around back then.
No. Well, people didn't
Liz,
acknowledge
it
Liz.
absolutely was.
People are like, oh, no, this happens all the time.
Nobody got anything for it. Amazing. Thank you, Liz. Andy, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Andy.
All right, Andy. What happened?
So I was a window cleaner in the city at the time, and we were working, I think it was about 8 or 9 floors up on the outside of the building on the gantries, and we were harnessed on. As we were walking around, or I was walking around, my harness got a little bit jammed, so with a pole and a squeegee, I was trying to pull my harness free.
Yeah.
I've managed to smash a sprinkler, and the water has come absolutely flying out on top of me, and I'm just stood there soaked like a drowned rat.
On the outside of the building?
On the outside of the building, and then all the building was evacuated, the fireys were called, and my boss had to pay a tidy sum of $2,000.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Did he give you a stick about that, or is he quite understanding like these things happen?
Yeah, no, I got a little bit of stick for a long time. what was worse was like I was 3 weeks into the job, and then
the new guy.
I did get promoted to manager though.
Oh, you worked your way out of that.
Jeez, what do you have to do to not get promoted? Far out. That's
Yes, I know.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Our friend Harry, who presses the buttons for us. Harry.
Hey.
You
Hi, Harry.
alerted me to something just before as the show was starting, Harry, because you've taken a photo of something because you loved it so much.
I really enjoyed this. This is about half an hour ago, no more than half an hour ago, and it's a sign that I'm going to have a great day, a great weekend.
Now,
All right, Harry.
Now, before we tell you what the photo is of, did you contribute to this? As in, is this as a result of your behaviour, or did you find it this way?
This is how I found it.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't even know if I left it in a better condition.
Yeah, okay.
It is the condition of the smoothness of the Western Star butter.
Ooh, Harry.
Look at this. It's like a perfect skate ramp.
So there's no one's
impressive.
used a serrated knife in it. There's not a crumb to be seen.
No.
So this is not a fresh thing of butter. Is
So-
it?
no.
This
This is about
butter that has been used.
A third used.
By half the staff here at Nova.
Yeah.
And yet it's in that condition, Sean. Thoughts?
That's impossible. That is impossible.
Yeah.
I've lived
Yes.
with heaps of mates. I've got heaps of people in my household.
What-
You can't do this.
And
Now-
everybody here at Nova, they're a bunch of animals. And the fact that the butter is in this condition,
Not a crumb.
nothing
Not a
short of
crumb
a
on it.
miracle.
That's the
There's
thing.
no Vegemite.
I can handle a couple of bumps, but the crumbs get me when you leave it in the butter.
Yeah, I get it.
What a setup.
What a time
Someone,
to be alive.
do you reckon someone's come along yesterday after the work day is done, like Alison perhaps, and
As
gone,
office manager, her role is to smooth out the butter.
Smooth the butter.
So
Well,
that
I'd
we're
expect
happy in
that.
the morning. I mean, I don't know, are we divas?
Do you think so?
That is a
Maybe
key.
I could take that. Get a pay rise.
I mean, just have a quick scroll through your phone today, everybody, and see how many photos of butter you've got on your phone. That butter.
Have you ever seen
beautiful,
butter like
isn't
that?
it?
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
That is stunning.
How did the pack of animals that work here, how did they manage to leave the butter in that condition?
Is this your Be Real, Harry?
Yeah,
What time did that go off?
Last night.
Do you guys know what Be Real
guys
is?
know
Listen
Be
to
Real?
the kids talking.
Do you know what Be Real is, guys?
guys are young
I'm
and
just
cool.
Do you
completely
honestly not
lost
know
there.
what it is, Sean?
No.
You have kids.
Oh. Even I know what it is. I don't partake, but I know what it is.
I was explaining to Sean.
Yeah, no one wants to explain it to
Yeah.
me.
I'll get the traffic out of the
Yeah,
way.
okay.
And then we'll explain to the old man in the room. All right, Ellie, explain Be Real to Sean.
I actually don't have Be Real, so Harry's going to have to do it.
All right.
Okay, Boomer.
How do I
settle in?
put this really simply?
It's like Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram will meet Snapchat.
Yeah.
And it's basically you take two photos. One.
It tells you when to take a
Yes,
picture.
it does. Every 24 hours, within a 24-hour period, you take a photo of what's happening in front of you. So
Yeah.
my friend Chaz here was
Yeah.
this last night, was watching a bit of Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I love it.
And then it's got the front view of what he's up to.
Of what
as well.
he looks like at the time.
Love it.
So it tells you when to take the picture. You
Yeah,
take the picture
yeah.
and it posts it like Instagram, and then you can look at what your friends are doing at the same time.
But then after the next one comes around, that's gone. That photo's gone forever.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and you can't see that one ever again.
Okay, cool.
So it's about being real.
Be real.
Hey.
Hey.
Just sitting
There we
around
go.
waiting for the notification with a full face of makeup.
Sold?
Sold. I'm on.
He's on board.
Oh, you're not?
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Oh, great to have the big Pav, Matthew Pavlich, in the house. Of course, an absolute superstar of the AFL and my former teammate. Pav and me get down south often at Christmas period. One of my great times down there is when the great man got married, and it was this festival of Pav. The day because his birthday is on
Of
New Year's
course.
Eve. And so day after day, it was just a celebration of the...
There was just events, wasn't there?
It was.
By the end, I was talking to someone the other day, Tracy Vo actually,
Yes.
who'd just been down at Engine Up Spa for
Yeah.
a bit of a getaway for her birthday, because Lauren and I went there for our initial honeymoon post the wedding.
Yes.
Before I think we went to North America sort of 12 months later. But at the end of so we had a pre-wedding thing with about 30 of our sort of close family and friends, which was a massive night, sort of 2 a.m. finish. Then the wedding 2 nights later, then, follow-up drinks the next day at Cave's house.
Yes.
And then my birthday, New Year's Eve, of course, to finish it. And there was, I don't know, probably 100 people at this place that Mum and Dad had. And it was, by the end of it, I was like, I don't want to see anyone.
That's right.
I don't want to talk to anyone.
There
I
is
don't want to
nothing
drink.
else left to say to any of these people.
But was so much fun. So yeah, that was, and we'll have to. The last time I saw you down there, Shawnee, you were coming out of the surf. You could hardly see. Your eyes were bloodshot. You were exhausted.
I thought you were going to say it was like Daniel Craig coming out of the ocean in a Bond movie.
I have seen him in some light blue, powder blue skins before.
Try and get a shirt on me when I'm down there. That's the hardest thing. Pav, there's some big information coming through, and you'll be covering this, I would have thought, with Channel 9, which is the United Cup.
I see what's happening here.
Tennis.
Sports journo on Sports Journo. Yeah, right.
There we go.
I try to keep
Are you a
up.
sports journo?
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
Okay, you are.
Hang on, wait. Are you?
No.
100%.
Presenter.
Someone's going to give me a document. I'm just waiting. You know those post doctorates you get from uni?
Yes, yeah. Like an honorary doctorate. Yeah.
I can see Sean McManus walking down there at Winthrop Hall at UWA, just cruising through, tipping the hat.
Tipping the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he
Barely finished high school.
United Sport of Australia as well at some point. So United Cup, a very exciting initiative this is. It's really in place of what we all loved and known and knew as the Hopman Cup for a long time. 18-team competition, mixed team, and there'll be events in Brisbane and Perth ahead of the final in Sydney. 2 men's singles games, 2 women's singles matches, and then a mixed doubles event. So in Perth, it's the 29th of December. It starts here at RAC Arena. There's Greece and Belgium, France, Croatia and Argentina. So some pretty handy players. So you think about...
Yeah, so Tsitsipas will be here, surely.
Stefanos Tsitsipas and Maria Sakkari from Greece will be here. Belgium have got David Goffin and Elise Mertens. So some really handy players.
Elise got rolled last night. Ola Tomljanovic. Well, in fact, she retired hurt in the third.
Yeah, right.
This is the Billie Jean King Cup at the moment. Aussie's doing really well. Alicia
Say
Molik
that fast,
leading.
Say that fast.
Billie Jean King Cup.
So hard, I reckon. Is that
No, we all have problems with certain So that's exciting, and I know Perth people are desperate to see tennis again because we covered with the Wide World of Sports team. We covered the last Hopman Cup, which was so long ago now that Roger Federer and Serena Williams were still going at it. There was the ATP Cup that kind of was in the middle, and then COVID hit, and we haven't seen anything the last couple of years.
That was the only time that Roger and Serena have faced off agast one another in a match. Like, it just doesn't happen.
And it's not going to happen again, is it?
No, that's right. That's done.
It was historic.
Incredible.
And, it was packed every night, 19,000 people in the house there.
Absolutely.
So it will be great to see some tennis back here in Perth.
Hey, getting back to Roger, you had some good convos.
You're best friends with Roger.
Well, there's a famous photo that sits across my social pages and, of course, my wife's social pages where the three of us, so after one of the matches he played, we're lucky enough to go down to the change rooms, and he was there with his family and Paul Kildare and Roger's manager at the time. We were sort of having a chat, and we were down there with them, and Roger came across. We had a nice conversation. We're the same vintage, 1981, so we were sharing stories about aches and pains. This is when I was still playing in the AFL. And so we do the obligatory photo afterwards, and the photo, go onto our social pages. I'm sort of a little bit of an arm's distance away from Roger. Yeah. Lauren is nestling right in as close as she can get to Roger. It's like, you know what, I could Photoshop this bloke on the left out, the guy with the big nose and the big thighs, and just nestle in. So I said to her, America and I were just over in the corner having a chat, just in case, keeping a watch on what Lauren and Roger are up to.
Well, you don't blame her, do you, firstly? And did you mention to Roger about when you play doubles in tennis with me and how
good we were?
We
were dominant. I remember Broome that year, Shawnee, we went up there and it was shirts off straight away on the tennis court. You were serve volley. That was...
Yeah, I'm an Australian...
You're a classic, yeah.
I'm a classic
John Fitzgerald-like.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Gee, that's turned back the clock. Had the wooden frame and everything. I think we've taken on Justin and Hayes together a couple of times.
Peter Bell and Paul Menhurst back in the day were formidable opponents.
Yeah, well, they have those Asian genes going through both of them, so they're very nifty around the court.
Yeah, sure.
Baseliners. Yep. Hey, the other big news, Shawnee, in the sports world, which I know you're keen to talk about, is the Magic Round in South Australia coming up.
Yeah, they've got all the games, and this is a big windfall from the AFL actually, because for the AFL, for the clubs, because the AFL are going, okay, this money, Pav, is going to go into the soft cap. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So you think back 2 years ago, they cut out about $3 million worth of funds that went into each football department across the 18 teams. So a lot of people lost their job. A lot of people
had to go and work on the mines and stuff. Yeah, it was amazing. Wasn't it?
I know coaches that were stacking shelves at Coles.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look, it happened to everyone, but
yes,
these coaches and admin and various people lost their job or had their pay cut really halved, or if not more. So a lot of it's going back in, so they can look after the players from a wellbeing perspective. And also from a coaching perspective, which is great news. So it's $500,000 goes back in or thereabouts to each club. And it's a pretty big spend from the SA government, but I think it's a great initiative.
So how's it going to work? So are they going to play every single game at Adelaide Oval? What are they going to do?
No.
So where are they going to spread them around?
So the idea...
Noarlunga,
or the old Theberton Oval, which is where I played my junior footy. So I think... Gil McLaughlin is probably speaking right now on this topic. So my understanding is there'll be a game up in the Barossa Valley, up at Nuriyupta, which I think you were there.
Say it again.
Nuriyupta, because it's TA, not PA.
There you go.
Then there might be a couple of the suburban grounds, which I think might get some funding to upgrade the facility. So incredible initiative. Round 5, it's pegged for, and
are there enough people that want to go and watch 9 games of football
in South Australia?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I think they're
hoping that Victorians will travel and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tourism initiative, and it's come from their tourism budget. SA government pouring some money in to get people to go to South Australia, and you were there.
Yeah, I was there in Adelaide in April, and we went up to the Barossa for the day. Adelaide's a great town, and the food and the bar scene, brilliant. Yeah, we had so much fun.
I spoke to people yesterday saying, we've been trying to get to a game, see Freo and maybe commentate and all that, and people were like, oh, we're going for sure. We're definitely heading across round 5. It's May, nice weather. Yeah, we'll go to the vineyards and we'll
not an overly long flight. Yeah,
catch a couple of games.
Easy to get around.
Good weekend.
Yeah.
Bloody oath.
Yeah, and Adelaide Oval's a lovely venue as well.
Yeah,
as a spectator, it's good fun.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Yesterday we got the opportunity to catch up with our Wildcat champion, Mitch Norton. In fact, he's over in Kazakhstan playing for the Boomers tonight, Natalie.
Yes, they take on Kazakhstan at 10 o'clock tonight. If you have a look, see if you can find it.
Chuck it in the calendar, absolutely. And of course, we just start off by controversially asking him about the weather conditions.
It's a bit chilly over here.
Yeah, so what's the temp? Where are we at today?
I think it's like -4 right now, and snowing. Like it's actually snowing. It's the first time I've been somewhere where it's falling from the sky.
Oh, wow. How exciting. That must be beautiful, is it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah,
it's lovely when you're inside looking out. Yeah.
Inside is boiling hot.
Yeah, right.
Like it's the complete opposite. The heating and everything they have here it's really good, but man, I've had to crack the window last night just to cool down a little bit. So,
can I just say about your hotel room? I don't know what preconceived notions I have of Kazakhstan, but that hotel room looks really quite nice. And
it just looks like a regular hotel room.
Can you just give us a quick whip around of your hotel room quickly?
I mean, nice curtains.
That is a nice chair. Kazakhstan's have nice chairs.
That is you haven't made your bed. That is a very standard hotel room like we would see anywhere.
Yeah, we're staying at the Marriott. So, it is
the
very
Marriott
nice,
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, the Marriott Astana.
I'm sorry, that is a TV show. I'd watch that reality show.
So Nathan thinks everybody in Kazakhstan gets around with an eagle on their shoulder.
Yeah.
What's it actually like, Mitch?
To be honest, I don't think I haven't seen too many eagles on shoulders. It's very cold. Everyone's rugged up. So when you are out and about, it's very hard to make anyone out because it's you got beanies, scarves, masks, mittens, like everything.
And is it
rugged up to the nines? So
is it a modern city or is it kind of like oldie worldy? What's it like? What have you seen so far?
So I think we're in like the new capital. So I think there was a capital, but it's recently changed. So it is quite new. The night before, we went to an ice hockey game. We found out that it's like the second best league in the world outside the NHL. So to go to a stadium like that, it seats like 11,000. It was pretty cool to witness and be a part of. The team's not doing so well apparently. All the big Russian clubs have come and paid all their players, so they've all left.
Of course, how are you going to argue
so
with
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, it's a really cool experience so far. We've only had one session on the floor. There was a bit of interruption with court hire and things like that. But,
Oh, wow.
They're sabotaging you.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, we're meant to have a training session. We tried to organise courts and everything before we left, and it just kind of hit radio silence. So
Yeah, they're like, we've got an outdoor court for you to play on.
No, are you joking?
yeah, so by FIBA standard, you have to, I guess, designate a court 1 game prior,
Yes.
1 day prior.
Yep.
So tonight we've got training at about 9 o'clock, I think. So,
So they said, here's a court, you can have it in the middle of the night. Off you go.
Way, man.
Exactly. Yeah, they're doing everything they actually are obliged to. But yeah, it's been nice to hit the floor at least one more time.
Well, you wipe them off the floor anyway. How many games are you playing?
So we've only got 1 game over here. So it is a long way to travel.
go.
Yeah, but obviously we have to forfeit the game in Iran because obviously we're not allowed in there. So
that's pretty
for
soft.
safety reasons.
What do you mean? That's soft.
Yeah, so they were given the choice. They could move the game to a neutral venue, or they could keep it where it is, and we have to forfeit, and they get the win. So,
Well, I mean,
rough,
but like if you got to play in Iran, I suppose the crowd chanting defense has never been more accurate.
Horrifying. Do we know much about the Kazakhstani team? What's your intel on who's their star player?
yeah, so we've started to watch a little bit of film on them. So they're pretty talented actually. They pushed China a fair way.
Yeah, right.
In some of the FIBA Asia Cup stuff. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think if we play, I guess Boomers basketball and play the right way, which we have been yesterday and we'll do today. I think we should take care of business. But it's all about, I guess, excellence and the Boomers culture and all that stuff, which is really cool to be a part of.
Hey, what was the flight like to Kazakhstan?
How do you
what
get
are the
there?
hours? What's the stopover?
So after the game in Adelaide, following day flew to Melbourne, stayed there a night at the airport hotel, and then 6:30 a.m. Jumped on a flight to Dubai.
Yep.
Where we stayed in Dubai for about 8 hours in the lounge.
Oh, yeah. At least the lounge is nice there. Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, no, they do look after you there. And then we had another 4.5 hour flight to Kazakhstan, where we got off the plane and it was snowing. And I was like, whoa.
Well, the snow
Where am I?
hitting you and all that kind of stuff. Culturally as well, what's the food situation and cost associated?
Yeah, it's amazing. Basketball Australia take care of us. The guys here at the Marriott have been first class. Like breakfast, you got an omelette station, and it is fantastic. The salads they've been producing over here is
boring.
top class.
Move on.
No, we didn't get you on here to talk about salad.
Serious, mate? Don't make friends with salad.
I mean, the dessert station's pretty good as well.
Come on.
What's the traditional dish of Kazakhstan? Any local food?
To be honest, I haven't dabbled too much in the local food.
Yeah, you're sending the Western
just been
stuff
staying
from
with
the
what I
Marriott.
know.
Yeah,
Have you found the Irish pub though? In every country,
exactly.
it doesn't matter where it is. There's an Irish pub. Have you found it yet?
There's coffee bars everywhere, and there's a boom boom room. So I'm not sure what a boom boom room is, but it sounds like a good fun.
Take a friend and you'll have a wonderful time.
God, it sounds so interesting. We're back here, Kazakhstan, not on the list.
No, never on a tourist destination list. But Mitch, you're up now, so make your bed.
There are Irish pubs. I just Googled them. Apparently, there's a Guinness pub in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
But see, that's a great reality show, the Irish pub in Kazakhstan.
That's another good one.
Mad movies as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there'll be some kind of sushi restaurant on the corner. Have to be. Get some takeaway.
Good luck in the match too.
It's good.
I hope you get a bit of training time, bit of court time. Thanks for talking to us, Mitch.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
See you when you get back.
Hey, mate, unreal.
Cheers.
See you, buddy.
Stay warm.
Bye.
Unbelievable.
Will do.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.